I'm Tony Baselli, and you're listening to the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
This is Tom Coughlin. You can help us be there for these wonderful kids and their families. Please call now.
Call 207-7070.
Thank you for your support.
Got a bunch to the left. Trevor drops. Fires middle of the field. The ball is going to be caught for the touchdown, Jacoby Myers. And Jacksonville is in the end zone and has taken the lead. Dropping the throw. Trevor looks, lots of time. Now fires back, corner of the end zone, or the middle of the end zone. Touchdown! Brenton Strange in the middle of the field. A 21-yard touchdown catch from Trevor Lawrence, and Jacksonville has extended the lead. Trevor under center. They run it with Tootin. He lowers his shoulder toward the goal line. Touchdown! A 2-yard touchdown run. And Jacksonville is extending the lead. How good is that?
You know, F you guys, bro. Like, what? Like, you're coming after me on punt? Like, whatever, bro. Like you're 1-10. Cool. And just move on.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It's always a special day when it's Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon time around here at 1010XL. We've got plenty on that all day long here at the Superstation. Good morning, Tony. How are you?
Doing well.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have the greatest ear for this, okay? But I recognize that was Frank Frangie on those play-by-play calls. Was that C. Murda on the background music right there?
I've heard a report that it was, yes.
Can you confirm or deny that, Coach Denmark?
It's correct.
C. Murda.
C. Murda.
All right.
M-U-R-D-A.
M-U-R. How else would you spell Murda?
Hey. Just like you know. If you don't know, you know now.
Now you know, all right, including myself. Welcome in, everybody. What a great morning, Tony. Look at these obscene totals. And when I say obscene, I mean in a good way. Just the generosity of the people on the First Coast knows no bounds, apparently. Every single year we're getting record-topping donations to support the J Fund, which is an organization that we hope by now you're well familiar with. But it was an organization that since day one of this radio station we've worked in conjunction with to raise money for a great cause for people out there. Tom Coughlin has made this now his life's work of running the J Fund with his family and others here in Jacksonville and a branch in New York as well to help families that have been impacted with a diagnosis of childhood cancer, which is about as devastating a diagnosis as anyone could get.
It's, as we say every year, hopefully we don't have to do this forever, but we'll do it as long as we have to, right? To continue helping the families and the children that are dealing with this diagnosis. And we get it for another year. Unfortunately, it's not a problem that's been solved yet. Hopefully it does get solved at some point, for the sake of these families and children. But until it does, keep standing in the gap. And every year the city of Jacksonville steps through and stands in the gap for these families to support them as they deal with something that it's hard to even explain or understand. Exactly what these families have to be dealing with when this kind of diagnosis comes down. But it's your opportunity again today, Jacksonville. You do it every year. We're already seeing the numbers from this morning. It is ridiculous what this city does when they're going to stand up for a neighbor, and they're doing it one more time here in 2025.
Nathan Polite, if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, Nathan, I apologize, but that's the way it looks like based on how it is spelled here. Donated $1,010. That's a quick 1010 if you don't know how math works. From special note, it said Mobility City of Jacksonville. I'm not quite sure what that is, but thank you, Nathan and Mobility City of Jacksonville, and everyone else who's made a generous donation already this morning. I'm told the 9 o'clock hour on the drill raised over $30,000. That was the third consecutive hour of doing that. They also got about $12,000 of matching funds this morning, and the grand total heading into Jaguars Today is something over $120,000 pledged out there. Our goal is to raise $275,000. Why not blow that out of the water? Though, folks, We'll tell you how you can donate. We're going to hear some fantastic stories. Yes, we'll talk some Jaguar football with you this morning as well. Try to keep things as normal as possible. It's a different day, and we certainly get it. Some people, this is not what you come to 1010 for. That's okay. We still welcome you back tomorrow. It's always going to be free for you right here on 1010XL on the airwaves. But, if you get any benefit at all out of listening to 1010XL, or you just want to help out of the goodness of your heart, some of your family, your neighbors, your friends in the community, you never know who's going to be stricken with this diagnosis. Well, it's not going to impact me. You don't know that, and hopefully it doesn't, right? But but for the grace of God, go all of us when we see some of these kids and families that have been impacted. So if you want to make a donation today during the Radiothon, we encourage you to pick up the phone call 904-207-7070. You can text the word GOAL, that's GOAL, to 44834. We'd love for you to give $115 because that represents $1 for every family on average that gets his diagnosis on the First Coast every single year. But we'll take whatever you can do, $1.15, one single dollar, 25 cents, $5, $50, $1,000, $1,010 is nice. I heard a couple of people maybe this morning donated $3,100 in honor of Jay McGillis being number 31. That was the uniform number he wore. And, of course, Jay McGillis was one of Tom Coughlin's players at Boston College who came down with cancer. And Tom said if he ever was in position to help families out, because he saw what the McGillis family went through, he would do just that. And that is the legacy that he and many others continue to this day. So, today, if you want to get in and talk Jaguar football, there'll be some times to do that. You know the ways to do it. 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines or on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. But we'd rather, honestly, you pick up the phone and call 904-207-7070. Make a pledge, make a donation, do what you can. Feel good about yourself heading into the Christmas holidays or Hanukkah or whatever you've got coming up, and know that you've started early December off on a good foot, helping out those less fortunate or those just in need of a temporary helping hand right here in the city of Jacksonville. So, like I said, we got some great guests coming up, including Ashley, who's going to join us on the other side and talk about how the J Fund has impacted her and her family's life. And we'll hear some of those stories all throughout the course of the day. Dig deep, people, until it hurts, if you can. We all donate to the J Fund around these parts, so we put our money where our mouth is. Over $120,000 raised already, so we're off to a phenomenal start. But let's keep the momentum going throughout the next couple of hours and keep those phone lines lit up. Thanks to the J Fund and all the volunteers that are manning those banks. By the way, the graphics look fantastic if you're streaming the show today. Great job, graphics people. You can stream us on YouTube, Facebook, on X or Twitter, and check out what I'm talking about. You can see the virtual studio and take a peek inside the goings-on here at 1010XL. All right, hit us up on social media today. AdamD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, and at 1010XL Denmark. It has begun. Yes, our portion of the J Fund has begun, and we'll get into some Jaguar topics as we go along today as well. It's a busy day, but it's a fun day. It's an eye-opening day to always watch the generosity of people here on the First Coast outdo themselves every single year. So, again, the key number today, 904-207-7070, or text GOAL, G-O-A-L, to 44834. It's the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Jaguars today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors studios of 1010XL.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday
On Jaguars today.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
'Tis the season for savings at Green Acre Sporting Goods. Take advantage of the Second Amendment sales tax holiday, now through December 31st. Firearms, ammo, and accessories, all tax-free. Secure your holiday gifts with a Browning gun safe, and they'll deliver it right to your door. Come test shoot the newest bows by Hoyt and Matthews at Green Acres Sporting Goods at the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard.
Want a fresh and flavorful tailgate this season? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad perfect for lunch, parties, and your tailgate. Order 3 ways at one of 4 area locations. Call 1-833-MY-CHICK or online at chickcatering.com.
Time's running out. The $2,000 federal tax credit on AC replacement expires December 31st. Bold City AC will help you upgrade to a qualifying energy-efficient system and give you a $1,000 cash buyback for your old unit. If your AC is old, loud, barely hanging on, replace it this month to lock in a $2,000 tax credit and an additional $1,000 buyback. Bold City Heating and Air. Free estimates, next day installs. Visit boldcityac.com.
It's easy to be there for J-Fund families. Text GOLD to 44834 now.
San Jose Collision is hiring for an automotive detailer and porter. If you're detail-oriented, dependable, and love working with cars, apply in person at San Jose Collision in Mandarin. Valid driver's license required.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Need some extra cash for the holidays? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach is always looking to buy guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and you know it, gold. Get cash today at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Hey gang, Prosser here. When it comes time to sell your home, don't worry about any, quote, problems you think might be related, because I've got the perfect team that will keep you right on track. In fact, they've got a guarantee that you can't beat. And that is Chad and Sandy, the agents I would call to sell my home. You see why? Your home sold guaranteed or they will buy it. Need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. But the promise is this. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jacksonville homes are selling, but many take months and a low price to sell. Getting top price means aggressive marketing. Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive demand to sell your home. Darcy in San Jose said, I felt too isolated in my retirement. I wanted to buy in a different area, better suited for me. I spoke to several agents who didn't seem to care. I needed to find someone I could rely on. In come Chad and Sandy, and in 3 days, the home was sold. ChadandSandy.com or 904-414-6200.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I've got a challenge for you. Go stand next to your window. You feel a cool draft? Well, then you need Pella. The experts at Pella Windows and Doors can easily fix that with energy-efficient windows to keep the drafty air out and save you money every month. And how does 0% interest for 60 months sound? Go to PellaJax.com and schedule a free home energy checkup. That's PellaJax.com or visit the showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows and tell them you heard about Mike's challenge on 1010XL.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Hi, I'm Ed Werder from ESPN, and the Tom Coughlin J Fund helps local families battling childhood cancer, and you can help right now on 1010XL.
Call 904-207-7070 now.
All right, so Tony, we've had a revision in the numbers now. I was told like 120,000. Now it says we're at like 139,000. I'm going to take full credit for that last 19 grand. Thank you very much. You're
it's not
welcome.
going to hurt my feelings.
You're welcome, J Fund.
Yeah.
And but thank you. I mean, that's a big rounding error right there, Tone. I was told like 120, and now it's nearly 140. So that does not relieve you, the listener, of your burden to do what you can. And you don't have to give 10,000. We wish you could. And if you can, we'll gladly accept that on behalf of the J Fund. But if you can give $10, that is greatly appreciated as well. And again, call 904-207-7070. We've got a J Fund luminary here. The Coughlin bloodline running through Kelly Coughlin, who is one of the superstars of the J Fund. Good morning, young lady. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Well, you know, I just wanted to say before we get started that math is not our expertise. So sometimes we double check things, and that's how things.
And that's fine. And that's why we do it, because we found $19,000 extra, which is fantastic.
We're in the business of helping families who have a child with cancer, not necessarily mathematicians.
That's right. But know this, they do double check their math at the end of the day. And in all seriousness, we've talked about this over the years. The J Fund is one of those charities that gives back one of the highest percentages of every dollar you take in. There's always going to be some overhead. You guys minimize that so much, and every dollar donated here today and throughout the year in Jacksonville benefits families and stays right here on the First Coast.
Absolutely. We're very proud of the fact that we have a tremendous community of support. We do our best to deliver services as quick with as little red tape as possible and get it to the families when they're going through a crisis that most of us can't imagine.
Yep. The theme this year, no one fights alone. It takes a team. And there have been many themes that you guys have used over the year. And this is one that pretty self-explanatory. But what does that personally mean for you?
Well, I think, it's on many levels. Families, when they're going through this crisis of having a child with cancer, it's really essential that they feel like they're not alone in it and that they've got a support system. And often what we hear from those families is that their friends and their church and their colleagues sort of rally initially, but over time, everybody goes back to real life.
Right.
And it's important for them to know that there's still a group of people that are standing there for them. So that's what it means, I think, from the perspective of childhood cancer families. But as far as the generosity of our community, I think you're seeing a great example of it today. I mean, we've got 1010XL, who's been a tremendous partner for 18 years now that make this day possible. You give your airways for us to be able to share our story. And the impact that it has, and then all these listeners that you have that call in and give of their personal financial means to help others, and it really says a lot.
It does. It takes a team to deal with these circumstances when they come up, right? And the Jacksonville community today has an opportunity to join the team in whatever way that they can, right? Financially, through what they're doing. How, for the organization, do you address making that team stronger year to year as far as the response when you do get in communication with a family who needs support?
Well, I think we really pride ourselves on listening to the families and what the needs are, and then being able to address those needs as quickly as possible. We know from survey data of the families that we serve that about 79% of the families that we help have had one parent have to completely quit their job or take an extended leave of absence. So that means their income's going down at the same time that expenses are going up, and obviously stress is going up as well. So to be able to step in and meet those needs, financially, we work to pay household bills for families so they don't have to worry about that and they can really focus on their child. But over the years, we've also learned about the emotional support that's really needed and been able to add to the programming there as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's one thing. I mean, the practical stuff is important, right? If you got to quit your job, and who wouldn't want to? You find out your young child has cancer, you're going to want to be with them every second of the day if you possibly can. And not everyone has that wherewithal, but you try to make that as possible as you can. But you're right. It's, much like you said, the friends and neighbors will rally in support, but then eventually they got to go back to their own lives. Well, it's kind of the same for like siblings in these families, right? Like that, yes, they want to pour all their thoughts and support into that one child, but those other kids still need that as well. And there's a lot of programs I know that you have for the extended families to just kind of benefit and feel like things are a little more normal than they are.
Yeah, we've formalized a sibling support program because, no matter how hard parents try to spread their time and their focus, they have to give more time and more attention to the sick child. And so that sometimes means that siblings can't do all the activities that they used to do, get shuffled off to grandma's house a little more often or the neighbor. And it's important for those kids to know that somebody's there for them as well, and that they're important. And so putting them in situations where they can have fun with other kids who are going through a similar circumstance, and also connect on a different level is really important. So we're proud of that program. And the other program that we really have formalized is our caregiver program. Research shows that over time, if a caregiver is caring for themselves as well and paying attention to themselves, that it can have a positive outcome on the sick child. And so we try to create opportunities for moms and dads to take a break, to nourish their relationships, to get some education on nutrition, to have a massage in the hospital, to just de-stress a little bit, and also to connect with one another, because nobody can really understand exactly what their journey is except another family, another mom, another dad who's going through it.
I know over the years we've had the opportunity with the different families and people that come through while we're doing the Radiothon. Oftentimes it's someone who has been directly impacted by the J Fund that stuck around, right? Like after they got done going through their cancer journey, they stuck around and stuck with the J Fund, right? To support however they could what y'all were doing within the foundation. How much are you able to keep in touch with the families even after, right, they go through the process?
Yeah, well, one of the things that we do, which is coming up just on Saturday, is we do a holiday party every year. That's a big event that we host at JCT Studios downtown. And we invite all the current patients, but we also go back in the Rolodex and invite former patients. And it has become a little bit of a reunion, which is really special and fun. So we see the kids that come back year after year. They reconnect with somebody they met in the hospital or went through treatment with. They want to see their doctors, their nurses. They want to see their friends from the J Fund. So that's a really fun thing. We also do a scholarship for kids that want to go on to college. And so we stay in touch with those kids. Who have, some of them are still in treatment, some of them have finished treatment. And so we hear, how they're doing and do our best. And it's really, now that the J Fund has been around for 30 years in Jacksonville, it's really heartwarming to stay connected to some of these young adults who are graduating from college, getting a great job, getting married, having children. And it's amazing. There's a lot of really positive stories. They don't all end real well. But most of them do. And so it's very rewarding to be a part of their lives.
Yeah, I mean, we know, the evils of cancer and where that all can go. But, there's positivity along the way in the journey in alleviating some of the burden that these families go through. I know you guys have provided over $1 million in financial support to Jacksonville area families this year so far. And again, all this money that we're raising today is going to stay here on the First Coast and help alleviate the burden for some of those families out there. And the thing that always strikes me is when families come in and they bring their kids in here for the Radiothon, or we see them throughout the year. The kids are the toughest ones of the whole bunch, right? Like they're normal. It's what they, some kids, have to deal with some things you wouldn't want to wish on anybody at any age, and it just kind of rolls off their back. I mean, they're very inspirational. Oh,
they're tremendously resilient, and they're kids, right?
Yeah.
So, it's funny. I walked in the station this morning after everything was up and running, and there was a cookie trail down the hallway because a couple of kids were, running around. Mom and Dad were on the radio, and they were running.
That might have been Dylan, to be honest. I'm not sure. We get those from time to time around.
Well, they were having a good old time out there, playing and checking the building out and seeing what was going on. But yeah, I think that's one of the things that always just really means a lot to me, and is a great reminder when we go see kids in the hospital or at our events when we bring families together, to see these kids having a chance to just be a regular kid. They don't know a lot different, and that's a good thing, I think.
Absolutely.
Mom and Dad have a lot of the stress, but the kids are kids.
It does seem like one of these things where you never get used to it. Right, when you are dealing with these families, like every story is their own story, right? And they're all having to begin their own journey when dealing with this. How does it impact you now compared to when you began working with the J Fund, when you are interacting with these families?
I really just think the biggest thing is hearing their different circumstances and learning more from doctors, from social workers, and from the families about what the challenges are, what they're going through. And that ebbs and flows, right? Right now, prices are high. We're seeing that to have a real effect. And we've seen the need for families, when they come to us, the second most common thing they're asking us for now is support for food. They need to put food on the table. They want to make sure that they have a nutritious meal for their kids. And sometimes, that's tough to do because the costs are so high right now. But things change, and we try to listen as much as we can. And, just you'll hear throughout the day today, we've already heard 2 or 3 stories of families, and just, the family that the cookie crumblers, that little girl, Sage, she's 5 years old when she was diagnosed. Her parents sending her off to start kindergarten in August.
Crazy.
And in September, she gets diagnosed with leukemia. That's over a year ago, and they're still going through it. So just learning, the ups and downs of being a parent, I think it affects you different when you're a parent too, to imagine, many of us, when our kids have, a cold, we worry, should we have sent them to school? Did I give them the right medicine? Do they need to go to the doctor? Can you imagine the amplification of that if they had a life-threatening disease like cancer?
Frankly, no. I doubt anyone really can until they're in that position. And for the folks that do find themselves in that position, I'm continually amazed that there are a lot of families that we talk to every year that knew nothing about the J Fund until they got that diagnosis, but the J Fund finds them, or somebody they know knows about the J Fund, and I'm sure you get a lot of referrals from people that knew nothing about it. So if people want to reach out, like there are people listening today, and they're like, maybe for the first time they're hearing about this, and they are in need, or maybe they find themselves in need. What's the process? What do they do to go about getting help?
The social workers at Nemours and at Wilson Children's Hospital are the conduits through which we work with connecting and getting families registered, and applications for our financial support. So that's how that works. But honestly, they can call our office, they can go to our website, send us an email, or they can talk to their social worker, and that's how to get connected. Most families, when they're initially diagnosed, within the first few days, have a visit from the social worker where they're given sort of a intake packet, and part of that packet is a backpack that the J Fund provides that has some supplies in it to just help them while they're being hospitalized or through the journey, ways to stay organized, helpful information, but it also has all the information about the J Fund programs and how they can be a part of them.
All right. Well, you're the best. I don't want to tell you my latest fundraising idea. We've got these little water bottles that are going around this morning. Your dad had one, and I was thinking about selling his DNA. Just like, I don't know. Are we at the stage we can clone Tom?
I was going to say,
now?
is this a Tom Brady dog idea?
It could be, right? We found out that would you like your own TC to kind of boss you around?
Well, I grew up with him. I don't know if I'd recommend that.
All right,
one's enough for that guy.
I'm not sure I could identify which was his bottle at this point. Anyway, Kelly, we love you. You do great work. The J Fund does great work. TCJFund.org is the website that you can check out anytime. But today, in particular, the easiest thing to do is pick up the phone and call 904-207-7070, and a great volunteer will be on the other end of that line, and we'll be happy to take whatever size donation you can make. Hopefully, it's something that you have to give up, dig a little deep and give something up, sacrifice something for the next month. And put that money to good use. You can text the word GOAL, GOAL, to 44834 as well. But call 207-7070 to donate today to the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon. And let's continue to set records here. Kelly, all the best. And again, hopefully you're out of a job one day. But until then,
love that. Yeah.
Thank you for the great job you've been doing.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Tony. And thanks, everybody at 1010XL, especially the listeners.
They're the ones, right?
Appreciate
without them, none of this, all of it's just words. So thank them so very much. And we'll continue to update you on where the tally rises to throughout the course of the next couple of hours. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Thanks to Kelly Coughlin for stopping by. We'll turn it back to your Jacksonville Jaguars a little bit when we return in a moment on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Andersen Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Now, A 1010XL J Fund Challenge Match.
If you give before 11, Regency Centers will match your gift up to $3,000. Regency Centers is the nation's leading open-air shopping centers, creating vibrant grocery-anchored destinations in the communities they serve. With thriving retailers and thoughtful design rooted in daily life, Regency Centers connects neighborhoods to the shops and services that matter most. To help Regency Centers double your gift, call 904-207-7070 now. The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on Jaguars Today. Awaken 180 Weight Loss, your long-term solution for weight loss.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in
Now is a great time to be there for J Fund families. Text the word GOAL to 44834.
Tired of wrestling with your shower curtain like it's a fight for the last slice of pizza? Ditch the drama and say hello to a smooth, stylish glass shower enclosure from Baker Glass. Wago Glass is clean, elegant, and makes your bathroom look huge and brighter. Give your shower a makeover and feel like you're in a spa without the price tag. I'm Mac at Baker Glass. Call me and get ready to love your new shower. Let's make your shower great again. Remember, Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 48th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off on GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget. And with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach open 7 days a week in December.
I know it's football season, but I know you love basketball too. And youth sports are always in season at the First Coast YMCA. Registration is now open for winter basketball at the Y. Today, more than ever, our kids need to experience the joy of being a kid while also learning the importance of teamwork, respect, and healthy living. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, fun environment with an exciting youth basketball league. Learn more at fcymca.org.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You? Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. You know, invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Air & Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS. CSS.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
You're listening to the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon to benefit local children with cancer. 1010XL 92.5 FM. You can help us be there for these wonderful kids and their families. Please call now.
Call 207-7070.
Thank you for your support.
You'll hear throughout the day today, we've already heard 2 or 3 stories of families, and just, the family that the cookie crumblers. That little girl, Sage, she's 5 years old when she was diagnosed. Her parents sending her off to start kindergarten in August.
Crazy.
And in September, she gets diagnosed with leukemia. That's over a year ago, and they're still going through it.
As are a lot of families here on the First Coast. Tom Coughlin, J Fund Radiothon. We look forward to the day when we no longer have to do it, but until cancer is eradicated, the J Fund will continue to help fight the good fight here on the First Coast. Right now, your donations are getting matched and doubled by our friends at Regency Centers here in Jacksonville. As Tony and I look, they're an organization that helps develop shopping centers, and they're helping to develop our pool of money here on the Radiothon today, up to $3,000 in the next 30 minutes. If you make a donation now, know that you're going to get double the impact. Thanks to Regency Centers, they will double your gift if you call 904-207-7070. And we encourage you to do that right now. Get some Jag roster news coming up here momentarily. Let's get to today's 10-10 take.
10-10
take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take. Brightened up by First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
All right, just a simple plea out there for today's 10-10 take. This is going to be focused on the J Fund, and there are things we all like to do. We all like to hopefully have some leisure activity in our life. Maybe it's going to Jaguar games on the weekend. Maybe it's going out. Whatever the case, I love my golf. I'll give up a round of golf gladly. I'll do more than that to help the J Fund, who is such a good organization. So if you can really dig a little bit deep today and make it hurt, maybe you don't have that much to spare. We understand. If you don't have it, you don't have it. But the J Fund takes any size donation, and we've had some incredibly generous people today. I've heard talk of over $10,000 being donated by some individuals and companies this morning during the drill. Tony, that is fantastic. But, if you have $10, $50, whatever, and you can give that towards helping someone here with the thought that, hopefully you're never in that position and need this kind of support. But if you are, the J Fund will be there for you as well. And look at it this way. If you're listening to 1010XL today, and, oh, man, I don't want to hear about this and sick kids, and I want to talk football, and that's great. You're certainly welcome to take it in or not take it in as you see fit. But if you get any benefit, any joy out of listening to 1010XL, which is basically free to you, right? You can stream it for free online. You can get in your car, and here's a novel concept. Turn on your radio and hear the program, Tony. There are a lot of sports shows are not available like that these days. And if you get anything, maybe you just hate listen to Jaguars Today because you can't stand me. That's quite possible, all right? If you get a benefit out of that, if you love listening to Frangie every day, maybe it's Helmets and Heels, whatever show, you can wait for that show to come on and donate during that show or not. You just get that money in and get it done and put it to the tally and know that you're helping folks here. And hopefully, for instance, tomorrow, we're going to have some 4-packs of tickets we're giving away to Jags Colts this weekend. Mm-hmm. We're not charging you anything for that, just a little ingenuity you might have to use, but you don't have to dig into your pocket. So dig in there today if you possibly can and call 207-7070, text GOAL to 44834. All right. Again, Regency Center's doubling your gift right now until the top of the hour. So now is a great time to get more bang for your buck. The Jags have sign Matt Dickerson to the active roster from the practice squad. This is a move that Jeff Logman had kind of foreshadowed, I think, yesterday, Tone, as Austin Trammell just got re-signed to the practice squad. You know, you have so many elevations that you can bring a guy up. And so it's not necessarily a case of, hey, we're just trying to, I don't know, punish or have repercussions for that drop pass. I think it's
you got to do with the roster what you got to do
right.
sometimes.
Dickerson had been an elevation 3 consecutive times, so it was either sign him to the active roster or potentially lose him. And they didn't want to lose him, so you got to make room with somebody. I don't think we've seen the last of Austin Trammell on Sunday in a Jaguars uniform.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he's active this week. Right? Like I think the questions that maybe people have had since the injury happened with Parker Washington and whether or not he'd be available, right? And we don't know. The coach hadn't talked about these things specifically. I asked, Logs yesterday about who, if Trammell's not here, who would be the punt returner if Parker Washington can't go. Well, I think it's pretty likely, to me at least, that this week Trammell's probably going to be active.
Now that he's back 100%. Right. I wasn't sure who that would have been. Like Logs mentioned De'Ami Brown. He's never returned a punt in his life.
Right. But it does look like
NFL, anyway.
Trammell will likely be active this week, although we don't know with those things. We don't know what's going on with Parker Washington. But odds are it's going to be Parker Washington or Austin Trammell returning punts for the Jaguars this week. And last week, it was going to be Parker Washington or Austin Trammell returning punts. So from that perspective, nothing in that regard changes necessarily for the Jaguars. Just they had to shuffle a couple things around because they weren't able to do with Matt Dickerson what they've been doing to this point this season. If they're going to have him active again, he's got to be on the roster. So they put him on the roster.
We'll have Liam Cohen speaking this morning. We'll pass along anything pertinent that he has for you in terms of Jaguar news. John Oehser at the top of the hour. I'll tell you why if the Jags stumble this week, maybe it's my fault when we come back here in a moment. And also, you know what I've procured in the last few minutes?
Oh?
Kelly Coughlin's DNA. Can't leave these water bottles sitting around here, Coughlin family, all right? We got you. We got you now. But I'll go bring that to Kelly down the hall. Although if there was somebody to clone, she would certainly be a good one. No doubt about that. All right, 207-7070 is the number today. Don't worry about calling us as you typically do. We love to get that interaction, but today it's all about helping folks here on the First Coast. Families that have been impacted by a diagnosis of childhood cancer. Call 207-7070. Text GOAL to 44834 and know that your donation for the next 15 minutes will be doubled by our friends at Regency Centers as well. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark here with you. You're listening to Jaguars Today's portion of the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon 2025 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Now, a 1010XL J-Fund Challenge Match.
If you give before 11, Regency Centers will match your gift up to $3,000. Regency Centers is the nation's leading open-air shopping centers, creating vibrant grocery-anchored destinations in the communities they serve. With thriving retailers and thoughtful design rooted in daily life, Regency Centers connects neighborhoods to the shops and services that matter most. To help Regency Centers double your gift, call 904-207-7070 now.
Denise is a Pilates instructor and a small business owner who built her own studio, so I guess that means she's kind of a real estate mogul too.
And don't forget, a mom as well.
And that community first, we get that, and we get you. We're here to help you live your best life by providing the financial services you need with low fees, convenience, and local decision making.
So just be yourself.
At Community First and on the go. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Insured by NCUA.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on 1010XL. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 3rd, 1950, the Browns beat the Eagles 13-7 in the final NFL game where not a single pass was completed.
Need your weekly fix for Mexican street food? One Night Taco Stand has Jacksonville covered. Mondays, any burrito, just $7.99 with a soft drink purchase. On Taco Tuesday, enjoy any taco for just $3.49. And on Wednesdays, kids 12 and under eat for just $2. Perfect for the whole family. Find One Night Taco Stand in Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Make your difference now. Text the word GOAL to 44834.
Running a small business is tough, so the Florida Small Business Development Center at UNF provides a free business checkup, a personalized analysis that helps you boost profits, your online presence, and increase your company's value. No cost, no strings attached. It's guidance from experts who understand what it takes to succeed in business. Whether you're just starting out or ready to expand, it's time to act. Complete a request for consulting at unf.edu/SBDC.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
1010XL thanks the food sponsors of today's Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon, who are keeping our volunteers fueled and ready to take your calls and texts. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A, lunch by Taco Lou, and dinner from Tony D's Pizza.
Brian Wall here with Window World. You know that awesome feeling when you finally find that one place to go to that will give you a top quality product at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you? That's exactly what Window World does. Top quality, energy efficient windows at a great price that keeps more of your money in your bank account, with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business. That's why Window World has been the #1 window replacement company in the USA for years, selling more than 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years. That's a lot of satisfied customers, and you can be one too. Save money on installing new energy-efficient windows and save on your energy bills too. You can't lose. And if anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows ever, Window World and I will be there to make it right. Call Window World today or see them online and have them come and give you a free estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Winter and spring registration is already cranking up at I-9 Sports, and if you have kids ages 3 to 17, I-9 Sports is inviting you to get them on the field or in the gym with great sports like girls flag football. Plenty of places to play like Oakley, Fleming Island, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Log on to i9sports.com and see all the sports they have to offer across the First Coast. In Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Registration open right now for winter and spring sports at i9sports.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
The Tom Coughlin J Fund helps local families battling childhood cancer. I'm Marcus Stroud from the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you can help right now on 1010XL.
Call 207-7070.
This more C. Murda, Tony?
I believe so.
It feels like it, right? I think
Luda.
It was Luda.
ATL,
we switched it up. All right. William Shields, thank you very much. Gave $1,010 sometime in the last, 45 minutes or so. William,
nice.
Appreciate your donation. The J Fund families will appreciate that as well. By the way, I've been mentioning the number. I got to give credit. It's the Community First Hope Hub. Community First Credit Union, big supporters of the J Fund, and I want to give them their shine for the support that they're giving today. So when you call that number, you're calling the Community First Hope Hub, where a bunch of J-Fund folks and volunteers are manning the phone lines for you at 904-207-7070. Still matching funds to the top of the hour, courtesy of Regency Centers, and we've surpassed last year's total for the 10 o'clock hour with still about 8 or so minutes left to go in the hour. So keep them coming, and let's blow the roof off this thing today to be sure. All right. So I think I've taken care of most of the business right there, Tone. I got to say, I took care of some of my own business yesterday. I was a little bit torn. Jags winners of 3 in a row. But I needed the haircut, right? Like, I'm a little superstitious about those kind of things, right? But like when I'm either all or nothing at this point. Like when the hair is either going to be fully grown in, and I couldn't tell you the last year that was, or it's got to be really tight, or else it just starts going off the rails as far as I'm concerned, right? It's like a half inch long.
Yeah.
It's out of control and the beard looked terrible, the whole thing. So I just had to get it done. My barber is taking the month off, so I'm like, I don't know. So I found a place, they cut my hair and all that. So apologies in advance if the Jaguars fail to keep the winning streak going. But, you know, I'm funny about some things like that. I'm not crazy about superstition. It's not going to keep me up at night or anything like that. No, I don't really think I have any impact on what's going on. David Garrard the other day was kind of joking.
So funny.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wait a minute. Bob didn't sit in his right seat this week. I'm not going to play well today. How's that going to work? So
everybody stay in their seat. We got to win.
Right. Oh, everyone's saying, okay, that must be why we won. Yeah. It has no bearing on it, but, you know, we do funny things to get through the day mentally and get through a 3-hour football game at times. So tomorrow, I know I'm not the only superstitious sports fan out there, and I'm told we're going to have not one, but 2 4-packs of tickets. I suppose we could give away 8 individual tickets. I'm not going to do that. We're going to get a lot of work. For who? For you.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2
different
4-packs
emails
to go say. Yeah, that's true. Emails. So tomorrow, be thinking about it. I don't want to hear from you early because I'll just ignore it, right? It's got to be during those 2 hours. We'll do it on Twitter or the text line because people, I don't have Twitter. Well, you could, you know. I don't have a phone. Well, that's on you. I don't know what to tell you. If you don't have a phone that you can text from, okay, that's fine. You can show up or you can deliver via carrier pigeon your most Jaguar-related superstition that you have. And we'll take the best couple and serve up a couple of 4-packs to go see the Jags and the Colts for first place in the AFC South on Sunday.
Yeah. Look, I thought it was Hicken was doing his Duval minute right as we were coming in for crosstalk this morning.
Yes.
Right? And he was talking about how important this week is, and we haven't had a whole lot of December games that matter in Jacksonville in a while, you know, that kind of thing. And as he was talking about, I was thinking through it. And since 1999, how many Decembers have they had where they had a game that mattered? 5, 6, 7, 8. They had December games that mattered in each of those 4 seasons, right? They had it in 17, obviously.
22
and 23. They had games that mattered. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is a once every 8 years kind of thing. Basically, since then, the Jags have been a team that is competing in December even for a playoff spot. This is not something that happens often. We looked at all those games in 2022. Late in the season, those home games were so important. Even those outside of the Tennessee game that last week of the season are not this. Right? Like, this is a divisional rival coming to town with an opportunity for you to put a stamp on where you belong in the AFC's picture right now. At home against the rival within the division. It is as big a home game as they've played since that 2022 season.
I hear from a lot of Jag fans, Tony, in the last few days, because this is when it's become relevant. The Jags are in first place. Yet national shows are talking about the race for the number 1 seed and where Indianapolis fits in it.
Because they're 8-4.
Because they're 8-4, and because they've been there most of the season, but they're not there now.
No.
We're in the pole position at the moment. I mean, they're tied. They control their fate as much as we do.
You can do your work to turn that light off on the Colts.
And we are ahead of them on the tiebreaker. So the Jags should be in those conversations themselves right now. I'm hoping that's trickling down to the players a little bit. Those guys, some of them will watch, and they're on social media. They watch NFL Network, and it's not necessarily that anyone's saying anything bad about you. It's that they're not talking about you as much. And if that matters to you and you want to take your respect, here's a great opportunity coming up on Sunday. John Oehser will come sauntering into the studio here for the second hour from Jaguars.com as we continue with the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon, asking you to be there for families tackling childhood cancer. Call the Community First Hope Hub at 904-207-7070 to make your donation. Still a few minutes left to get that matched this morning by Regency Centers, so take advantage of that and don't wait. 207-7070 or text GOAL, GOAL, to 44834. Thanks again to William Shields for donating $1,010 here in the first hour of Jaguars Today. With Tony Smith and Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey, and look, we're challenging you to give big today, but I've got another challenge for you as well. This one coming from Pella Windows and Doors. Cooler weather out there, go stand next to your windows in your living room. If you feel a cool draft, you need Pella. The experts at Pella Windows and Doors can easily take care of your issues with energy-efficient windows that'll keep the drafty air out, saving you money every single month. So schedule a free home energy checkup right now by heading to PellaJacks.com. That's PellaJacks.com, or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. That's Pella Windows and Doors. Tell them you heard my challenge on 1010XL.
It's Awaken 180 Weight Loss Wednesday
On Jaguars Today.
Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi are on a mission to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. I've instructed my team to take every reasonable offer. We won't lose your business over price. Thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to move. Get year-end savings, top dollar for your trade, and the easiest car buying experience ever. But hurry, these deals end when we hit 2,000, and we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Make it a December to remember, only at Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Jacksonville.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
To give to Tom Coughlin's J Fund, text the word GOAL to 44834 now.
The holidays are here, and before you hit the road, make sure your car is ready. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, you'll get an expert oil change in 15 minutes with no appointment, and you never leave your car. Stop by any of their convenient Jacksonville locations and let the pros get you holiday travel ready. With a 4.7 national customer rating and ranked #1 quick lube in America by Forbes, Valvoline gives you quick, trusted service when it matters most. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Drive in today and travel with confidence this holiday season.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring. Take our advice. Home of business. Affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors, beautiful patios, and more to explore. Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
With the holidays right around the corner, and it's time to get ready for family and friends. What better way to do it than with Zero Res? Carpets, air ducts, hardwood, LVP, tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, and stone. Zero Res, they can handle it all. Call right now, 287-5727, or visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them you want the 1010XL special and get 20% off all hard surface cleaning, tile and grout, hardwood, and LVP. Spots are filling up fast, so don't wait. Happy holidays from all of us at Zero Res.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more. We're talking a competitive, guaranteed base salary with bonus opportunity, comprehensive paid training programs, and promotions based upon performance and top shelf benefits. It's all waiting for you. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers. Florida Home AC, equal opportunity employer.
1010XL's early high school signing period coverage is lit up by Flame Broiler and Baker Glass.
You got scholarship offers from Auburn and Florida.
Listen all day as our star high school athletes reveal where they plan to play their college ball.
This is your local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Brandon Roofing. The battle for the AFC South is this Sunday at 1 p.m. as the Jacksonville Jaguars host the Indianapolis Colts at Everbank Stadium. We'll have pregame, in-game, and postgame beginning at 8 a.m. with our kickoff show live from Tailgaters. Right now, 58 degrees at 11:03. Time in 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
I'm Kurt Warner, and you're listening to the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Call 207-7070 right now with your gift. It's time for Oh No's with Jaguars.com's John Osher. Oh No's. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Served up by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
All right, Johnny O is here.
Yes, I am.
Huh? How are you?
I'm here.
Everything good?
I'm just winning.
You're a classic, John, is what you are. You're like the J Fund. You're part of the fabric of the community here in Jackson.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
why not?
All right.
Why
That's
not?
fair.
That's pretty good. That's probably the highest praise I've ever given you.
I'm not up there with the J Fund, but I was.
I didn't say you were as important a part of the fabric, but you are a part of the fabric.
Part of the fabric. I'm that part of the
You're
fabric.
like the tag that gets you in the back of the
You
neck.
know how if you get something, you're supposed to clean it, and you're supposed to test it?
Are you?
I'm the part you test it on.
My wife's always like, "You want me to wash that?" No. Like, it looks clean. I mean, I just bought it. Well, how dirty can it? I just bought it.
Right. Well,
do you wash your shirts before, or does your wife
Ever?
wash your shirts?
Or
no, before you wear them for the first time.
If Sherry washes them, then
All
they
right,
wash.
then,
So,
there you go.
I mean, if not, I'm
not that big a deal either way.
Yeah, not before.
What about you, Tone? Like, you buy a T-shirt, I throw that bad boy right on.
Generally, no, I do not wash it.
Now, if it's like wrinkled and you need, or something like that.
I kind of like that fresh out of the box, crisp T-shirt feel.
Fresh out of the box, baby. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Hey, we're coming out of the gates here in hour number 2 of the J Fund Radiothon. Always good to have you on for this, John, because of, obviously your connection to the Coughlin days here in
great.
Jacksonville. And my new favorite listener. Got a new favorite listener. Apologies to all of you out there who are going to be offended by this. But, wow, did we do that? Did we double? We doubled last year? That's pretty good. We didn't. I mean, wow, that's pretty good.
Doubled that last 15 minutes, basically.
Here's why. Jimmy Collins is my new favorite Jaguars Today listener.
What'd Jimmy do?
$2,500.
Whoa.
Nice job, Jimmy.
Yeah.
$2,500. That may have been doubled by Regency Centers. They were doubling up to $3,000 in a 30-minute window. I think we got some matching funds coming up this hour from Dandy as well. So now's a good time to get in, but we more than doubled our 10 o'clock total from last year. We're well over $150,000 on the day so far, trying to I'm going to say, look, 275 they say is the official goal. I'm going to go for $300,000. Let's see if we can't make it a nice round figure. I bet we can. But Jimmy Collins, you're so much appreciated, man. The people who benefit from that money may never know that it was you directly who gave that, but you will. And you did a great thing right there. And some family is going to have their burden eased that much more because of you and your generosity. So we appreciate that greatly. But, John, good to see you. Let's talk a little bit of Jags because we got a lot of J-Fun stuff coming up this hour. Parker Washington, where are you on the potential of him suiting up this week?
Well, I mean, anytime a guy leaves the game, doesn't come back, you wonder about the next week. My gut is it's going to be game time and very iffy. But the other side of it is every time you hear anything about Parker, he's one of the tougher guys around. Some guys play through stuff more than others. Parker plays through stuff, so I wouldn't rule him out.
Okay,
but I think it's iffy.
If, let's say, it's on the bad side of iffy and he can't go, with the re-signing of Austin Trammell to the practice squad, is he the simple one-for-one replacement, at least in the return game?
I would guess you elevate him for mainly punt return purposes, just like his role already has been. We talked right before we came on. They released Trammell because I'm drawing a
Matt
blank.
Dickerson.
Dickerson on the defensive line has been called up the last 3 weeks. You can't elevate him anymore in the practice squad. You have to decide whether to have him on the active roster
or cut him loose,
or you have him on the practice squad, but you just can't elevate him anymore. So
right, or you could cut him loose. Could you cut him loose, subject him to waivers, and then re-sign him, and then still be able to elevate him after that, like a fresh?
Well, you
reset?
can put him back on the practice squad. You just can't bring him up anymore. So
yeah, but what I'm saying, like if you were to release him outright,
sure,
right, and some of the team could then claim him, right, but if they pass through waivers.
Yeah,
and you re-sign into the practice squad. Does that reset?
No, you can't keep doing the elevation, and it's 3 a year, I believe.
Okay,
I know what you're asking. I don't think.
I didn't know if that would reset it if you subjected him to the risk of losing him.
But I don't think they even want to risk losing Dickerson. I mean, they really like him. He's playing as well as anybody outside their starters on the interior, so they don't want to release him. But yeah, I would expect Trammell would return to his role, just elevated rather than having been on the active roster.
Pretty important starter on the interior was not able to play this week. The Jags' leading sacker, Eric Armstead. Where's he at? From what you know. Keeping in mind they haven't practiced yet. Today they're practicing for the first time.
Hopeful. They're hopeful that he'll return. I think he was probably close last week. I think it was iffy. And you would hope with a week more he'd have a chance. But I know they're very hopeful and optimistic that Trayvon will be back.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Somebody passed this along to me from 904 Ever. Appreciate that. Just putting it in front of me, according to Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero of NFL Network, Colts do not expect to play Sauce Gardner on IR. When you get that kind of report, that's not like, oh, he's available this week. he's going to miss some time.
Yeah, if you're iffy on, you would think. I said yesterday to somebody, you almost hope they do play him because
that's
he's
a good
going
point,
to be
right? Limited.
You would expect at that position with that injury, it would be a hard thing to be yourself as a corner with your Achilles.
Kind of crazy. I mean,
or calf, whatever.
They find themselves in position and they're going for it. I don't blame any team that wants to go for it, And
no, injuries are part of it.
But they gave up a lot of future draft capital to make this move here, and he may not be available for some key games down the stretch, including this Sunday. And quite frankly, I hope that's the case.
Yeah.
You know what? Jonathan Taylor, want to take the week off? Now's a good time to do it. That's the way I look at it. But Jags and Colts this Sunday, we're going to have some 4-packs of tickets for you tomorrow. So be thinking of your favorite Jaguar-related superstition that you have or that you go through, a little ritual for game day or what have you. Right now, Liam Cohen is speaking, so we'll have any of that is pertinent, and we'll pass that along to you as the hour goes along. We're going to welcome in some special J-Fund guests on the other side. As the J-Fund Radiothon continues, we encourage you to call the Community First Hope Hub at 207-7070. Be like Jimmy Collins. Dig deep. Make it noteworthy. Make it something that makes me go, wow, what a generous person we've got out there. Or do what you can. You know what? You donate $5 if that's what you can do. You are being generous. So we appreciate any size donation, but man, do we love the big ones for sure. Thank you again, Jimmy Collins, and thank you, William Shields, for giving over $1,000 during our first hour as well. You can text the word GOAL, GOAL, to 44834. Again, call the Community First Hope Hub at 207-7070, and you'll talk to one of the great J-Fund people or one of the volunteers manning the phone lines as we continue to push that tally up. Last year's 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock total more than doubled this year. We are well on our way, folks. We're over $150,000 on the day, but we don't want to slow down one single bit. Got a goal for the entire day of over $275,000. I think we can do even better than that. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, John Ogier, and Dylan Denmark here with you. It's J-Fund Radiothon Day. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. Now, a 1010XL J-Fund Challenge Match.
E-File.com is proud to help the Tom Coughlin J-Fund help local families tackle childhood cancer on 1010XL. E-File.com, the online income tax software company, helps taxpayers file income taxes faster, easier, and more accurately. For the 6th year in a row, E-File.com will match your gift up to $3,000 for the first 30 minutes of this hour. To double your gift, call 207-7070 now.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name, Jacksonville Trucks. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Jaguars Today, Wednesday.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. So bold, it's named after the home team. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, roast beef, provolone, fresh veggies, and the new Duval drizzle sauce. For a limited time at your local Firehouse Subs, there's only one hottest sub in Duval.
Frank Frangie for Coyle Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember when the Jaguars upset the Denver Broncos in the 1996 divisional round as a 14-point underdog and launched them into the AFC Championship? Well, you know who won't upset you? The team at Coyle Fencing. Coyle is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project, Coyle does it all. Visit CoyleJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coyle Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's easy to be there for J-Fund families. Text GOAL to 44834 now.
I'm Elizabeth Graham, Army veteran and owner of Bright Star Care of Ponte Vedra, West Jacksonville. Veterans caring for veterans, that's where the true understanding begins. Our nurse-led team brings skilled nursing, personal care, and companionship to veterans, seniors, adults, and children right in your home. From daily tasks to advanced care, we help your loved ones stay independent and comfortable at home. Call us anytime at 904-709-4446. Bright Star Care, a higher standard.
The holidays are coming, and so is your family. Is your septic system ready?
Honey, why is the yard bubbling?
Dad, the dog's swimming in the septic tank.
That's one way to greet the in-laws.
Don't let a septic disaster be the highlight of your holiday dinner. Call Duck Duck Rooter today and get it fixed before Uncle Bob finds out the hard way. Duck Duck Rooter, your local septic experts. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Did you know that individuals over age 60 have great results on Awaken 180? See how you could drop weight and get off your medications in just 3 months with Awaken 180's Golden Program. Visit Awaken180weightloss.com.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Jacoby Myers was a dog for Duval on Sunday. The teal and black wideout led the way with 90 yards on 6 receptions and added in a touchdown on what was a fantastic showing. Jacoby played with the Mamba mentality, and he's your Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
This holiday season, Universal Roof and Contracting is making it easy to check roof repairs off your list. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through December 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roofing Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 125-8484.
UniversalRoof.com.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I just got back from the farm at Okefenokee. Man, it's incredible. Just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. I was so impressed. It's about connecting with nature, with food, with community. And now you can own your very own handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm. Everything you need is there. You'll hardly need to go grocery shopping. Learn more about all of it at okefarm.com. That's OKE farm.com, the farm at Okefenokee.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
I'm Tom Coughlin, founder of the J Fund Foundation, helping local families tackle childhood cancer since 1996. Every year I'm blown away by your generosity, and I'm asking for your help again. Call 904-207-7070 right now with your gift, 904-207-7070, and thank you.
All right, we continue along. It's the 2025 Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon here on 1010XL. I said over 150,000, Tony, through 11 o'clock, over 155,000, the official tally. So, I keep, what did they say? Under promise, over deliver, right? That's what you want to shoot for. And that's what the listening audience does every single year. We've got a great pair of folks in here with us now with some amazing stories to tell about their interactions with the J Fund. Jake and Audrey with their young child, Rowan, who is unfortunately not in here. He's being glommed up by all the ladies right now. He's 11 months old.
Don't feel too bad for him.
I want to hold a baby. What's going on? Why can't I be holding Rowan right now? I love little kids, man. But Jake and Audrey, first off, welcome and congratulations on your beautiful child.
Thank you.
So tell us, Audrey, if you would, at first, this is Jake, by the way, people may know of his story. Diagnosed at 12, and you'll tell the story better than I will, Jake, with retinoblastoma. You lost your eyesight. You're a big USC fan. Yep. You're eventually able to walk on as a blind Division I football player and be a long snapper. Incredible. And I want to get to that, but tell us first, Audrey, the joy of having a child is unmatched.
Absolutely.
And then you get a diagnosis that Rowan has retinoblastoma, which is exactly what Jake had gone through.
Yeah.
It got to be terrifying and devastating, but at the same time, you're probably as well positioned as parents as anyone could possibly be to hear that news. And just tell us what the J Fund has meant to you in the amount of time since you've gotten that diagnosis.
Yeah. So when I was pregnant with Rowan, we definitely suspected that retinoblastoma could be a possibility. We found out that it was genetic, unfortunately. So just had to sort of sit on that knowledge throughout the rest of pregnancy. And with protocol, we were seen by a doctor when Rowan was 6 days old who suspected that, yes, he does in fact have this retinoblastoma tumor in his eye. So that sort of just set up already a postpartum, fresh baby, also add in this potential diagnosis. So with Jake's amazing connections at CHLA, Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, we were able to get everything set up. We flew out to California the next day to go see our specialist out there, and that just sort of began our journey of confirming that diagnosis, setting up his treatment plan, which is monthly exams, monthly laser, monthly treatments for the foreseeable future. So the way J Fund came into that picture is during that time, we're leaving work, leaving obligations to make this trip cross country. Flight costs add up, medical bills that pop up, we joke we avoid looking at our mail because it's just always new.
Procrastinate opening the mail now.
Because there's always a bill, always something different. So the J Fund has really been impactful, just relieving some stress of, mortgage and car insurance and some of the miscellaneous fees and things that we just don't worry about right now when we're trying to take care of our son and be there for our son.
Understood. Important stuff. But Jake, again, for you, it had to be devastating as a young person, right, to kind of get this diagnosis and to go through. Just take folks through. I gave a bare bones of what your backstory was. Just tell us kind of how you got to this point.
Yeah, well, I was diagnosed at 8 months old. Retinoblastoma is a pediatric cancer.
Okay.
So I was diagnosed at 8 months old. When the doctors found my cancer, it was in both eyes, and my parents had no idea that was in the cards. And so my cancer was a lot worse off. We had to immediately remove my left eye. The tumor had pretty much taken over that eye. My right eye, the tumor was pretty bad. We were able to beat it with chemo and laser treatment, which is kind of the first protocol of beating the cancer, and the cancer went away in my right eye. But unfortunately, for the next 12 years, that cancer came on and off and on and off and on and off. And so my entire childhood was spent trying to beat this cancer. And then at the age of 12, that cancer came back for the last time, and the doctors, unfortunately, at that time said, hey, we ran out of treatment options, and the removal of your eye is now going to be necessary again to cure the cancer, which is great, but now you're going to have to go completely blind. And so that really was my time with retinoblastoma experience. And so when we had Rowan, of course, we knew there was a possibility, and we really prayed that we wouldn't have to go through that again. And it was heartbreaking, of course, to hear he was going to have to go through some of the same things. It was positive that we caught it very early, again, completely different than mine. Mine was at 8 months old, his was at 6 days old. So a ton more options. Again, we've beaten down the tumors that were there, have it completely under control. He's going to be able to keep both his eyes.
That's awesome.
And be able to see, which is great. But of course, it was heartbreaking, and it is today. But look, I think you said it best, is that the position we're in as parents, of what I've gone through, you can look at me and see that there is abundant life after cancer, and that the intangibles you learn by facing cancer, and strength and faith, and just having those be the things that come out of it, he's going to live a very prosperous life and be a man that can represent those qualities, and that's going to take him far in life.
The J Fund this year is talking about it takes a team, right? Like, that's one of the focuses they have this year for the Radiothon. Why is it important that families don't feel alone, right? When they are beginning this fight against childhood cancer, why is it important that there is an entire team of people kind of working together towards a positive outcome?
Well, isolation is terrible. And you can talk yourself into it, right? No one understands what we're going through. These other parents are worried about their kid maybe catching a cold. We're worried about our kid, blood count going low because he's infused with chemotherapy. So you can kind of talk yourself into it, but just because someone doesn't necessarily understand what you're going through, on a day-to-day basis, doesn't mean they can't be a listening ear, or someone to give you a hug, or someone to pick up the phone when you want to call them at nighttime because you're alone with your thoughts. If that's family, if that's, again, people like the J Fund who are there for you, supporting you, it is the difference maker. You never want to go through this alone, and you don't have to. And I think that's the big thing. And for Audrey and I mean, to have each other, like, that's, I couldn't be going through this without her, and just to have each other in that way is important too. So just hang on your loved ones, really, really open your eyes to the people and the blessings you have in life, and don't sit there and focus on the one or two things you might not have, or maybe the fact that, again, no one else truly knows what you're going through, because they don't have to be there for you.
If you are inspired by the story of Jake and Audrey and Rowan, and I am, I'll tell you, I would encourage you to donate right now, because it's a great time to do so. e-file.com is matching donations for the next several minutes, and have been throughout the course of this hour, up to $3,000. So you can double your impact right now if you call the Community First Hope Hub at 904-207-7070. Make your pledge. Know that it's going to get doubled by e-file.com. up to $3,000, 207-7070. Audrey, I mean, even at 11 months old, I think every baby's got their own personality. So what's Rowan like?
Oh my gosh, that is one busy baby. I mean, he's already walking. He's already into everything. I mean, totally. We call him a bullet. Like, he just is nonstop when he's feeling good and he's ready to go. Throughout this whole journey too, there's just been such perspective. I mean, he's the baby that's smiling in the hospital bed, getting his treatments and making the nurses smile because he's just an easygoing patient. Yeah, flirting with them. Yeah. So he's just got this joy about him and this little curiosity and sweet nature, and he's such a brave soul for what he has to go through and doesn't even understand. But
kids are unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're so unbelievably resilient.
So resilient,
Mm-hmm.
They really are. And you wish no kid has to go through it, but it sounds like he's got a great set of parents to guide him, and I think Rowan will be just fine. And he'll be better for having overcome a lot of obstacles early in his life.
Absolutely, he will. And you never know, it might be a future Jaguar tight end or something like that.
You never know. Now, I was going to ask you, being that Jake was at USC as a long snapper, blind Division I player. What have you done today, people? All right? Seriously, what have you done today? This guy is a go-getter. So, living here in Jacksonville, knowing Tony Baselli's place in the lore of all things Jaguars, I mean, how much does that bring you joy when the team here in Jacksonville is winning?
Well, I had to say, growing up in Southern California, USC really was a football team. Growing up there, we didn't have the Rams yet. We didn't have the Chargers yet. And honestly, when the Rams came, I followed Coach Carroll up to Seattle, so I did not like the Rams whatsoever.
Okay.
So really, when I moved to Jacksonville, I'm like, finally a team that I can root for, and it's fun, man. It's a good time to be a Jaguars fan. Trust me. I know I'm a Cubs fan, so I know that there's all those seasons that you have to go through in order to really appreciate the winning seasons, and maybe I haven't done that as a Jaguar fan yet, but I'll appreciate the winning season as we have it.
Long suffering doesn't have to be like 90 years, by the way. Right? It doesn't have to be that long. It does make it sweeter if you are true to your team.
108. At least
108
for what it is.
Roughly, yes, that's right. It doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that. But guys, you guys are very inspirational, and thank you for bringing Rowan by today. And
we star in whatever room he's in.
No doubt about it, man. And we obviously say this every time, but we hope one day there's no need for the J Fund anymore.
Absolutely.
And wouldn't that be a great day? We can all celebrate that and move on to helping people do something else. But until that time, we encourage you to donate to the J Fund, who will help pick you up, be part of your team, your support system, and fill in the gaps and let you do what you have to do. Because when you find out your child is in any way endangered, that's the only priority in your life. So the Community First Hope Hub, 904-207-7070. Matching your donations is e-file.com. And Jake and Audrey, thank you so much. Very inspirational. I'm just going to walk down the hall and wipe my eye and make a donation myself right now. But thank you for taking the time to share your story and just being great examples for people out there.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
We'll say go Jags, and the Trojans say fight on.
Fight on. You know what? I think we're all Trojan fans right now, and at least for the rest of the day. I can't speak for Maurice Jones-Drew or any of those UCLA Bruins lingering out there, but all right, great stuff, and I am going to get a hug at Rowan before he leaves today. Jake and Audrey, thank you so much. Just another phenomenal example of the J Fund, just helping people, normal people, just like you, maybe more exceptional than you because you're not a walk-on at USC, but you get the idea. No matter where you are in life, if you get this diagnosis, the J Fund is ready to step up and help you navigate through those waters. So we'll come back. John Ogier will rejoin us. Thanks again to Jake and Audrey for sharing their story with us, and continue to support the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Now, a 1010XL J-Fund Challenge Match.
E-File.com is proud to help the Tom Coughlin J-Fund help local families tackle childhood cancer on 1010XL. E-File.com, the online income tax software company. helps taxpayers file income taxes faster, easier, and more accurately. For the 6th year in a row, e-file.com will match your gift up to $3,000 for the first 30 minutes of this hour. To double your gift, call 207-7070 now.
Denise is a Pilates instructor and a small business owner who built her own studio, so I guess that means she's kind of a real estate mogul too.
And don't forget, a mom as well.
And that community first, we get that. And we get you. We're here to help you live your best life by providing the financial services you need with low fees, convenience, and local decision making.
So just be yourself.
At Community First and on the go. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Insured by NCUA.
Want a fresh and flavorful tailgate this season? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad perfect for lunch, parties, and your tailgate. Order 3 ways at one of 4 area locations. Call 1-833-MY-CHICK or online at chickcatering.com.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
Hey folks, Frank Frangie here for Lee & Kate's Glass. Now with the holidays coming, it's time to update that dated-looking bathroom setup and give yourself the gift of a gorgeous new frameless shower with big, sexy glass you spend every morning and night in that bathroom. A new shower enclosure from Lee & Kate's Glass will look fantastic and make your bathroom feel like a luxurious spa. You'll love it. You deserve it. Request a free in-home consultation. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
You're gonna see a big difference.
Now is a great time to be there for J-Fund families. Text the word GOAL to 44834.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental,
Located in Bartram Park.
Next time you head into a Gate convenience store, look for Form Energy Drink, designed to provide energy, hydration, and focus, straight from Dana White and AB, celebrating those who embrace grit, discipline, and resilience in their everyday lives. Check out Form Energy at a Gate convenience store.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle. And he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic Floors, where every step is fantastic.
There's lots of reasons to use Kuhn flowers when you need to send floral arrangements. This is RJ with 1010XL. No matter what the reason or the occasion, Kuhn Flowers delivers with only the best. Log on to kuhnflowers.com and make someone's day.
What race car driver won 27 times in one season?
When your homeowner's insurance policy is up for renewal, it's a good idea to shop around to find a better plan. Southern Oak Insurance for over 20 years provides Floridians a clear option. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Richard Petty, the King, won 200 times in his career, including 27 times in 1967.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
The Tom Coughlin J Fund helps local families battling cancer. I'm David Garrard, and you can help make a difference right now on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
This is Tom Coughlin. I'm encouraging you to be there for these kids and their families.
Call 904-207-7070 now.
Thank you for your support.
Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
Beating down the tumors that were there, have it completely under control. He's going to be able to keep both his eyes.
That's awesome.
And be able to see, which is great. But, of course, it was heartbreaking, and it is today. But look, I think you said it best, is that the position we're in as parents, of what I've gone through, you can look at me and see that there is abundant life after cancer, and that the intangibles you learn by facing cancer, and strength and faith, and just having those be the things that come out of it, he's going to live a very prosperous life and be a man that can represent those qualities, and that's going to take him far in life.
All right, that was Jake and Audrey with their son Rowan. I got my little loving in from Rowan there on the break right there. Cute kid, man.
Yeah, really
amazing, running around at 11 months old like that. But I will say this: Jake is blind. Okay, as we well discussed. He has better mic discipline than Tom McManus ever imagined having in his life. Like, the whole time he's talking right into the mic. He's not deviating. He's not over here. He's not over there. So, nice job. Nice job, Jake. Just putting us all to shame with everything you do in life. By the way, great half hour. Dawned on me that the first hour today of Jaguars Today, we raised more, Tony, than we did collectively in both hours last year. And just had to do the math on that. It took me that long to figure that out. But thank you to e-file.com. They were matching donations in the last 30 minutes. Right now, it's my friends, a bunch of men and ladies over at Dandy Foods that are matching up to $3,000 between now and 12 noon. So I just, the credit card's out of my hand. I don't know what they're going to put on it, but we'll find out. My wife will find out at some point and go, oh, it's a J Fund. Well, that's all right. But that'll get matched this half hour. So we're making our donations. We're asking you to dig deep. We know it's not an easy thing to do, but Fred Wilson, $1,010 that he just gave sometime in the last 30 minutes or so. Fred, we appreciate it. So does the J Fund. So all those families, even if they don't know it directly came from you, we do, and thank you so much for giving. All right, so getting back to the task at hand with the Jacksonville Jaguars, John Oehser in studio here with us. John, it's often worked out, not every year, when you're in here for the J Fund Radiothon. And as you look back on your time covering this team, is there a single Tom Coughlin moment, anecdote, story that is kind of emblematic to you of what it was like covering him throughout your tenure?
Yeah, I don't know if I have a story. It was just the whole time covering him in the 90s. This is my first time covering the NFL. So I always look back, and I don't know if I had an appreciation at the time for what he did with the Jaguars when he took over, the way he took over, basically invented it, right? And I guess the story I always tell is he was such a presence and such a force and such the spine of the organization at the time that when I came back in 2011, as a reporter with the TU, I had been around the offices talking to different people in the 90s. And then when I came back in 11, I was obviously an employee in the building. And for about the first 6 months, I kept kind of looking for him. Even though he had been gone 8 years, the presence and the idea even then that he wasn't there was, you still felt like he was there somewhere. It was such his organization when it started. And there's a million stories about him and Prisco sparring, which was always a lot of fun. And, the intensity that he brought was something that not every head coach I've covered has brought. He was different. In a lot of ways, every time I cover a head coach, I always kind of look okay, does he have these Tom traits? And it's changed. The game has changed. He would tell you it's a different era now. But I can't tell you enough how much I value having been around him for 4 or 5 years and just to have had a chance to cover that team in that time.
So contrast or compare that to Liam Cohen now. Like, what is the trait in your experience, and you haven't covered Liam
Sure.
as long, but what is the the personal trait that he has that best serves the success that he has been able to garner so far?
Well, as you think about what he's done over the first 7 or 8 months of being here, I guess the best way to put it, I knew coming in that he could call plays. Everybody you talk to around the league, hey, this guy knows offense. He's one of these guys right now that's shaping the way that the game is being called and the game is being played. What you don't know about a head coach is, can they be a head coach? Can they stand in front of the room? Can they identify the players? And the way he is connected with players and his ability to lead, being tough while clearly caring and connecting. If you're around him for a while, and I'm not around him, but I talk to people who are around him, he's off the charts in terms of being able to lead a 53, 60-man organization and have everybody believe in him. And I think that's far more important than how he calls plays. I think he's going to be the head coach here for a long, long time because of that.
I think players coach kind of becomes a way to put down a coach, with the way that term gets described in today's NFL. I don't think Mike Tomlin is not a player's coach.
Right.
Like, I think there is something to, you have to be able to react to and adapt to the players that you have in the locker room and inspire them week to week. Where do you think Liam Cohen fits in the player's coach category?
Yeah, I guess I'm with you. I never know quite how to define it. It sounds like, to me, sometimes people say it when they see a coach who's nice, and hey, he's a player's coach because he smiles, and I could see I might like to have dinner with him.
Is there a ping pong table in the locker room? Player's coach.
Yeah, so I do think he's a player's coach in the sense that players respond to him, and he cares greatly about them, but he also, it's something he had in common with Tom, and all coaches do to a point. The defining characteristic is, can you hold them to a standard and get them to play for you however you do it, and are you sincere? And Tom was sincere in his approach. He was who he was, and I think Liam is who he was, because the coaches that fail are the ones that players look at him and go, this guy's a fraud. I mean, you have no chance with that. And I'd say that's one thing Tom and Liam and any really good coach I've been around have in common is players look at them and say, this guy is the real deal. And I certainly think Liam's that. Mike, go ahead.
No, authenticity. That goes a long way in any professional setting, particularly an NFL locker room. We've heard that many times over the years. All right, we got to take a timeout here. Dandy Foods matching up to $3,000. All donations made between now and noon. They've been doing that for the last 15 minutes. So please do take advantage of that and double the impact of your gift this year to the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon. Call the Community First Hope Hub at 207-7070, 207-7070, or text GOAL, GOAL, to 44834 as we continue along the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. You know what? I could tell you all about their delicious foods. Their twin pack cinnamon swirl and country sausage. Yeah, it's a delicious new item on the breakfast menu. Dandy's got phenomenal items up and down that menu. Been telling you about them for well over a decade. Been enjoying them myself for over 30 years. But Dandy, I tell you all the time, big supporters of Jacksonville and the local community and the sports scene, and they are huge supporters of the Tom Coughlin J Fund. So thanks again to Dandy Foods, who right now are matching donations between now and noon. And so, think about that. You give back to a company that employs a lot of folks right here in Duval County, and gives you a great product at an affordable price. They're a fantastic organization, and they support another one, the Tom Coughlin TCJ Fund, and the Radiothon going on today. So the next time you're out and about and you're hungry in Duval, Dandy is the only name you need to know. So do what I do when you are hungry. Go out and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Jaguars today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Door Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. Now, a 1010XL J Fund Challenge match.
Dandy Foods is owned by the Thompson family, delivering fresh sandwiches to Jacksonville for almost 70 years. They've supported the Tom Coughlin J Fund for a long time, and today they take a time out to help families battling childhood cancer. Help Dandy help others. Dandy Foods will match up to $3,000 between now and noon. To double your gift, call 904-207-7070 now.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up, and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on Jaguars Today. Awaken 180 Weight Loss, your long-term solution for weight loss.
Some auto shops love giving your wallet a flush every time you visit. Not AA Automotive. They fix only what needs fixing, nothing more. Honest, fast, and fair. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street. Boring name, awesome service, and no wallet flush.
This is Joe C. reminding you everyone's welcome at the Hard Rock Bet Thanksgiving table. Sign up today, bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you'll feast on $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings. Now that's a stuffed bankroll. Football season is what it's all about. Don't forget, check out the Stats Hub, full of great info before making your next play. Download the Hard Rock Bet app now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Make your difference now. Text the word GOAL to 44834.
What's happening, beautiful people? It's your main man, E to the T here. And cool air, open trails, and that perfect Florida winter sunshine, woo! It's the season to get outside and explore Clay County. From Christmas parades and hometown festivals to holiday markets and local theater shows, holiday magic is lighting up every corner of Clay County. Get outside, get moving, and get active. Come see everything happening this season at exploreclay.com. That's exploreclay.com.
This football season, Hurricane Grill and Wings is your game day getaway. Catch every play with the perfect drink in hand. Handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita, Spicy Guavarita, Old Fashioned, or the Red Bullerita. Beer more your style to watch the games? Enjoy an ice cold Bud Light. Game day cocktails and Bud Light specials are here all season long at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find a restaurant near you at hurricanewings.com.
Pick it here for Oceanside Cleaners, the very best in dry cleaning service. Free pickup and delivery, or use their self-service kiosk in Ponte Vedra and Southside for drop-off and pickup. Dry cleaning, laundry, bedding, and bridal gown preservation. If it's got fabric, they can clean it. Oceanside Cleaners.
1010XL thanks the food sponsors of today's Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon, who are keeping our volunteers fueled and ready to take your calls and texts. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A, lunch by Taco Lou, and dinner from Tony D's Pizza.
Tired of running out of hot water? It's probably time for a new water heater. Call Duck Duck Rooter, the plumbing pros who specialize in water heater installation and service, including tankless water heaters, gas or electric. Call us today for service. DuckDuckRooter.com.
The Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa is the perfect place for indulging in a pampering spa treatment. This holiday season, if you'd like to give the gift of wellness, get a gift card and take advantage of the spa's current promotion. With the purchase of a $75 gift card or more, guests get a credit towards a future service. With healing massages, revitalizing facial treatments, and more, a day at the Sawgrass Spa makes the perfect gift for everyone. Purchase in person at Sawgrass Spa during operating hours.
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents, so let I-9 Sports help. They've got winter and spring registration open right now for kids all over the First Coast to enjoy their favorite sports. Log on to i9sports.com and don't miss out on the upcoming seasons. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
In Northeast Florida, power outages are unavoidable, but losing comfort, security, and peace of mind doesn't have to be. With a Generac home standby generator from American Electrical Contractors, your power comes back on automatically the moment an outage begins. As Jacksonville's leading and one of the longest-running Generac dealers, American Electrical Contracting has the experience you deserve. Be prepared. Protect your home and family. Protect your business. Generac standby generators from American Electrical Contractors. Call 737-7770 or online at american-electrical.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
I'm Troy Aikman on Jacksonville Sports Radio, 1010XL. This is the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon, and you can make a difference right now.
This is Tom Coughlin. Please be there for these kids and their families by donating today.
Call 207-7070.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, well, welcome in XL Primetime coming up here in a few moments as we get ready to wrap up our portion of the TCJ Fund Radiothon today. Thanks to Greg Pryjock, who donated $1,010.
Nice.
And that will get doubled up by Dandy Foods because we're in that window right now where Dandy's doubling your donations for the next 8 minutes. So if you haven't donated, maybe you got a little extra laying around, donate again and get it doubled, double the impact. Man, I'm telling you, keep the pace up, and we're going to blow the roof off all previous records in terms of money raised on the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon. Over halfway to our goal. That doesn't mean we can slow down. We want to set a new bar and set a new standard every single year, and you continue to do that out there in the listening audience. Tony, one thing we would have loved to have heard today was that Tom Coughlin himself was advanced to be a semifinalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, or I guess a finalist.
They announced the finalist.
Yeah, Bill Belichick is the coaching finalist. Kind of hard to argue with all the Super Bowl titles, although Tom did best him head-to-head a couple of times, and well-deserving. Just would have been a phenomenal day to hear Tom Coughlin's name put forth. Hopefully next year we get to celebrate that on the J-Fund Radiothon. But let's say hello to Mr. Matt Hayes. Hello, Matthew.
Hello, boys. How are you?
We're well. It's a good day around these parts, man.
Always a good day.
Everybody's a little bit happier, right? I mean, we wish we didn't have to do this, but we are thankful that the J-Fund exists so they can help out all the folks that they have been helping out here on the First Coast.
Yeah, best day of the year, man. I mean, look at that number already. I mean, we're at not even at noon. That's a big number.
But the 9 o'clock hour, they had over $40,000. Now, some of this is sponsorships, right? We've got a lot of great matching sponsors and just station sponsors that just write a check to the J Fund every year, and they're fantastic as well. But the backbone of it is the listening audience, and they surpass themselves every single time.
Every year, man, never cease to amaze me. How
started out for like $25,000.
Yeah.
With the first one, we're like, wow, we did what? $25,000. That's amazing, and it is amazing. So thank you. A lot of big donors, and some I mentioned already. William Shields on our show did $1,010. Greg Pryjock did $1,010. Fred Wilson did $1,010. Jimmy Collins, my favorite, he did $2,500.
Nice.
So that's he's my current favorite right now.
Did that get doubled by Dandy?
No, it might have gotten doubled by somebody else. Regency Centers was doubling in the first hour.
Nice.
e-file.com was doubling in the early part of this hour as well. So don't care who doubles it. Just double it. Right. and help those folks out. So what's coming up for you guys today? More of the same, I know. But
Yeah, absolutely. J-Fun, and we're going to talk some Jags and college football, but mostly focusing on this wonderful day, no doubt.
No doubt about it. All right, Matt, have a great show.
Thanks, boys.
And success throughout the afternoon for you and all the rest of the shows. Johnny, for you, what's the number one storyline you'll be watching for this Sunday when the Jags host the Colts?
During the game?
Yeah, what's that? Now, obviously, the storyline is who takes control of the division. But.
Yeah, I mean, stopping, can they stop Jonathan Taylor, and then can they take advantage? If they do stop Jonathan Taylor, can they, cripple the Colts offense, which is what you would think they'd be able to do. But that matchup, I think, is fairly clear. The Jaguars are really good run defense. Devon Hamilton will be my guest on the Ozone podcast. He's a major reason they're good. So I think that's sometimes there's other storylines. with this one, that stat really stands out.
Second best long snapper in the league, so I hear, is Devon Hamilton.
I'm not sure he would tell you that.
No, you think he'd be number one? Or
No, I think he
at least
I
three.
think he would say that he got by.
Hey, you know what? He was excited to do it.
It was
John,
cool.
Appreciate all your contributions to everything Jaguar related, and certainly here on Jaguars Today. We'll talk to you on game day.
Yeah, thanks for having me on today. Appreciate
all right,
it,
buddy. There you go. And thanks to all of you out there again. Danny is still matching for the next 5 minutes. And I know we'll have other great sponsors that will step up and match donations throughout the course of the afternoon. But let's push for a big total by noon today. Again, you guys are stepping up. The first hour today did more than both hours did last year. We're more than halfway to our goal of $275,000. I think we can set our sights maybe on $300,000 or more today. But keep up the great work. We appreciate you very much. Thanks to Kelly Coughlin for stopping by. Thanks to Jake and Audrey and their son Rowan for coming by and visiting and sharing their stories as well, and all the families that do that. It can't be an easy thing to do necessarily, but that's how much they appreciate what the J Fund has meant to them. So we do as well. For Tony Smith, Dylan Denmark, John Ogier, I'm Mike Dempsey. Continue to give if you haven't, or give again if you have. We appreciate you all out there in the listening audience. D-Rock will be in buying us all breakfast tomorrow because he's that nice a guy. And we'll talk more Jaguar football with you then from 10 to noon here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by